not gonna lie, finding out this con man's past was actually very traumatizing. Before we get too far into it, how do you feel about this episode, man?
I didn't like it.
It was definitely a little bit of a slow burn. But it was a world-building episode.
I mean, the episode before that, I felt like it was a slow burn too. Or maybe it just felt super repetitive now. I don't know if I'm tripping, but that's kind of how I've been feeling about it. Obviously, it's still gas, don't get me wrong. It just felt a little bit repetitive.
I could see where you're coming from, especially since like the second episode was definitely kind of like them rehashing in the same area with the same monsters, but then they actually finally got to the Demon Lord. But the way they did it, I could see felt kind of like how they did the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I definitely feel you on that. I think for me though, the character moments have been what's been carrying it more so than like the actual formula of how they defeated the monsters. You know? Because Your Majesty, I ain't gonna lie, bro. His character now,
he's a different breed.
I'm saying, like, he brings the episode up for me. You know what I'm saying? Just like seeing how he moves, finding out a little bit more about these heroes, and I think us getting to meet new heroes almost every mission is really like helping to make this world feel alive.
Yeah, I'm glad there's more than just one like hero
little squad.
Yeah,
exactly. And like even this episode, they kind of set up for like more heroes and also more goddesses. I think that's the strong point of this episode, right? Mm-hmm. There wasn't too much action really, or really any action this episode.
Yeah, they were just negotiating.
Exactly. But we get to see a lot more of just like how this world generally actually works, right? Like there's so many different factions that we kind of knew about from the first episode, but now we're seeing how they're interacting in real time. Because apparently like the military has like certain goals and ambitions, and then the temple, which is the religious side, has their own goals and ambitions and how they like to do things, right? Mm-hmm. And the temple reveres the goddesses more as like true gods. So like they want to respect them and give them a lot more autonomy, while the military is like, we're just trying to use these gods to meet an end, right? Like we're just trying to defeat demon lords. And if the god or goddess isn't good enough, we don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how they move with it. And we find out that in the very first episode when they found Teorita, because I thought they like created her or something if they were transporting her. No, she was found like in a ruin. You know what I'm saying? And they were literally excavating her from that ruin. But because they found out that her power was to summon swords, and compared to the other goddesses that they already have currently and how their powers worked, it seemed a lot more useless. Their goal for her, if he hadn't actually bonded with her, was to literally dissect her, to try to figure out like what goddesses are and how they can mass produce them potentially.
So we're saying that man Dota saved her life.
Facts. We gotta look back on Dota now a little bit. He's not as useless as we thought.
Robbing and stealing, but I guess he did the right thing in a way.
Changing lives, man. He'd be changing lives. And that also kind of put up a little bit more clarity on why Homegirl, the commander, was moving so suicidal, because she actually felt mad guilty, bro, about what she was about to do to her. So she was like, low-key, if we don't survive, at least she might have a chance. So that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like she genuinely was feeling bad. At first I was like, she's the worst commander I've ever seen.
I think these episodes like coming up, I'm like, okay, she's a lot better. Something was wrong. I mean, this last one, she made me mad because she showed up late and it was just a whole miscommunication thing, but it's fine.
But it also goes to show like that there's a lot more depth to the characters than like you initially get to see from just who they, like how they act the first time, you know? Because initially we were like, yo, she's just an idiot. We were just mad that she was existed right here. Like, bro, get this dude's trying to help, but like she was already mad about what happened, and then she also viewed it as like, wow, not only am I about to sacrifice a goddess myself, because she's very religious, I'm also having to work with the goddess killer himself, you know what I'm saying? So like it was a double whammy of just like messed up things from her perspective happening to her, you know, which is why she was very judgmental in comparison to everybody else. So I was like, you know what, her character's starting to grow on me more now that I know a little bit more of her reasoning. I don't think it was smart, but now I kind of get where she's coming from, at least, which I think makes her character just feel more alive, you know? And we find out she's still a girl in a sense, right? She likes ice cream, like she likes regular stuff, but she just has a lot of responsibility, which is like kind of suppresses her personality, I feel like, you know? Because she just feels like, oh, I have to like make sure like everything goes a certain way.
I mean, she does though.
And she does, you know what I mean? And even now, I think she's part of the reason why Xylo and them aren't going to be on a true suicide mission, because with the other guys, persuasions, because that boy can talk. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I still don't like their sleeping quarters though. They're like jail.
That's jail.
Sleeping on like
that was just straight up jail.
I saw that. I was like, dude, this
that's
is not cool. Like,
I don't know how Your Majesty was just moving around though. Maybe because he used to be nobility, they just can't put him in somewhere terrible. But they put Xylo in straight jail.
Him and the other guy was in there just looking
crazy.
Yeah,
you know. But hey, either way, apparently this demon lord that they're supposed to be fighting in this castle has like insane regeneration. They've apparently attacked it multiple times with different goddesses, and it survived every time. And they keep trying to poison it, even though for some reason like poison isn't working. So I don't know why they keep trying the same tactic over and over again. Maybe that's just the only goddess available like at this time to fight it. And their plan was to literally poison the entire castle they want to lure the Demon King into the castle and then nuke the castle with poison because it'll be in an enclosed space, and then hopefully just keep killing it over and over again until it dies.
That ain't gonna work.
At the cost of the heroes having to all stay there and die. Which I was like, that sounds pretty terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Why would I sign up for this mission? But they're like, yeah, if a single one of y'all leaves, then we'll just kill all of you guys at once because of their little their collars essentially. And then the other dude was like, well, if you make it so that if one of us leaves, we all die, one of the crazy ones is just gonna leave right away, so the mission's over right away, and then y'all don't get what you want, and we still die. So he started negotiating off of that, and Loki, he started cooking. He was like, look, we gonna get some men, we gonna get provisions. He was asking Xylo, what else you want, man? I can get anything right now.
That man is a lawyer.
You want a plea deal? Amnesty?
He asked for one thing, and he was like, bro, that was clearly a joke.
The amnesty. Yeah. He was like, I'll get it. And he was like, they're not gonna ever let us get out of here. We are in jail for eternity. But it was definitely cool to see. But then afterward, when we find out about his backstory, I was like, dang. So his is low-key even was sadder because he really shouldn't have been in this situation. He should have just got killed. But he was literally making articles. Well, one, he was a con man. He was doing like insane cons, like robbing people for millions, apparently in the kingdom, right? But at some point, he was writing articles for a newspaper. And because he was just trying to make like the news the way his boss wanted it to, and to write like articles that would just like make people feel like anxiety and stuff, he started writing essentially conspiracy theories that he didn't even believe. But then he finds out at his sentencing that they were real. And they were like, honestly, you said it so convincingly that people started to believe it. So we have to do something about you, man. And he was like, y'all should just kill me, right? Right? And they sentenced that boy to be a hero, man. He wasn't even a combatant or nothing. Like, Buddy is just a regular guy. He's a little smarter than most. You know,
and that's why he doesn't have no skills in fighting wise.
I get why he runs every time now.
Yeah,
because he really shouldn't have been here. You know, he's really just a con man. He's like the thief dude. It's words.
I mean, Doja be swinging. He just really be stealing though. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying like at least Doja got some like hand-eye coordination for real. Like he's just a writer. You know,
every time they get into a situation, he'd be like, "Y'all got it.
Facts.
I'm gonna see y'all later."
Nah, I get it now, but. End of the day, like even when he was talking to Xylo, he was like, look, just know I'm the closest to saving the world. And in a sense, he's right, because he's probably already put everything together low-key, just from thinking about the extrapolation of what they said was correct, you know? So I feel like his character is just a lot more intriguing now, because now I know that whenever he starts making plans for them, like he's low-key potentially trying to like get back at the people who put him in the situation, but we'll see how far he goes. But I feel like he's going to be very like crucial for Xylo later on. Because that's the vibe I
can
got.
See that.
You know what I mean? But aside from that, honestly, it was a pretty crazy episode. They're just getting ready for this insane mission, and they're just trying to make sure they can get Tara Rita to be in it, because remember, she has to show that she's useful. The only reason they haven't just taken her and dissected her is because he took out 2 demon lords with her in the last like couple days or weeks. You know what I mean? Like back to back.
True.
So as soon as she shows she's not useful, man, she's on the chopping block. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But whenever a hero kills a goddess, it's a whole issue, right? It's crazy. But when they want to dissect her, it's not an issue. It's racist.
That's how the world works, man.
It's crazy, man. It's a crazy world we live in.
You know? What would you rate this episode, man?
Yeah, I'll give it like a 7.
Solid, honestly. That's what I would give it. I mean, it was above average, but another setup episode, man. They're trying to get some good stuff. Hopefully, like you said, they do try something a little bit different as far as how to go about with this demon lord. But I feel like the setup is very different, just because they're going to be like essentially luring it in this time around. So we'll see what happens. I'm also excited to see the other goddesses, because we find out that there's like a whole bunch of other goddesses. Like one of them has like the ability to see the future. There's the poison one.
We need to put the one that sees the future away.
No, they'd be using her. That's how they found the skill. Like, they figured out this plan, bro.
Yeah, but they're gonna get packed up when they realize this one's not gonna work, guys.
The real problem is, what if the one that sees the future is getting used by one of these people that's what's it called, influenced by the demon blight? Because remember, that's what his paper was about. His newspaper was that the temple and the military are infiltrated by people who are essentially demons. And that dude said it was true.
Might be cooked.
That's all I'm saying.
They're already cooked. They already got a lot going on.
It's not looking too hot. Well, this is a pretty tough episode. It could have been better, but hopefully this next episode afterwards really just gives us a proper conclusion, for at least for this part of the arc. Aside from that, y'all let us know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all. Peace.